Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I would like to discuss the difference between conditional love and unconditional love based on my experience. So I feel like conditional love or egoic love is what most people confuse with real love, unconditional love. And all throughout my life, I had only really experienced an egoic love because I never knew what unconditional love actually is. Because hardly anybody on this planet gets unconditional love from their parents. Because their parents never got unconditional love from their parents. So it's basically a generational trauma that needs to be healed. So let me explain what conditional egoic love actually means and looks like. And I feel like a lot of you will see yourself in what I'm about to say. So I always believed all throughout my life that I needed to find a boyfriend and that would bring me love. That is the only source of love and that is what I need to strive for. That is what I need. That is what I need in order to be fulfilled, in order to fill what I'm lacking on the inside. Now, because that was my belief, and I was also in a low vibration, I had no love for myself, I had never experienced unconditional love, I attracted people in a low vibration. Because when we are in a vibration of loneliness and sadness, that is the only outcome we can actually manifest. And the relationships I was in, it was an egoic love. It was never real. My happiness was always dependent on whether that person wanted to spend time with me. It was always dependent on whether or not that person texted back to me or how quickly they would text back to me. My happiness was always dependent on their actions and behaviors towards me, who they followed on Instagram or what they did. And that is the prime example for conditional love. It is not real. It is an obsession. It's an emotional attachment that has absolutely nothing to do with love. And I feel like you can also see this in a lot of the content people consume here on YouTube. When I look at videos titled, "How to make anyone obsessed with you," or "How to manifest your ex-boyfriend back even though they want nothing to do with you," that is an egoic love. It is not real. I mean, it says it in the title. It's an obsession. An obsessive behavior, that is one of the lowest vibrations you could possibly be in. And it just shows how lost we are as a society when it comes to love and relationships. And where we truly need to find love first is in here. It's within. An obsession has nothing to do with love. It is only the ego creating obsessions. It is only the ego wanting other people to be obsessed with you. It is only the ego wanting to manifest a specific person, even though that person does not want to be with you. It's all coming from the ego. It has nothing to do with love. Nothing. Zero. And that is what we have to understand, and also something I had to understand. I was never in love with any of these people. I was sad and lonely, and I was hoping for them to fix that loneliness in me. And my happiness was dependent on their actions and behaviors. And that is no way to live. Now, unconditional love, it already says it in the word. It has no conditions. Zero conditions. It means loving somebody for exactly who they are, without needing anything from them. And the closest I've ever gotten to unconditional love before I realized all of this was the love I had for my dog. That love was purely unconditional. That dog didn't have to do anything, and I loved her. When she was rolling around in mud and shit on the ground, I loved her regardless. She simply had to exist, and I loved her. And that is unconditional love. Now, why is it so difficult for us to have unconditional love for ourselves and for each other? And that is also easy to answer. It's based on our conditioning. Like I said in the beginning, I believed love comes from the outside. And that is the only place where we will ever find it. And that is simply not true. When we are lacking love on the inside, we will never find it on the outside. We will always attract the same situations all the time, until we understand it. So having unconditional love for yourself first means loving yourself for exactly who you are, having gratitude and appreciation for the person you are, loving your skin for what it is, loving your body for exactly what it is, loving you for the person you are. Now, the difficulty in this is the world is programming us to do the opposite. Every single day on social media, they are showing you how you should look like. And then obviously you do not look like that, because even the people they show on social media don't look like the way they look on social media. And then you start to compare yourself to those people. We are setting beauty standards nobody can ever meet. And this is where we need to have awareness. You are programmed not to love yourself unconditionally every single day. And this is where you need to take your power back, stop consuming this type of content, stop allowing the world to program you to not love you unconditionally. And then we need to admit to our own BS. I had to admit to myself that I was never actually truly in love. It was an egoic obsession. It was an egoic love, if you can even call that any type of love. An emotional attachment, that's all it was, based on my lack of love for myself. And I was clinging on to some of these relationships for so many years, even years after they had already ended. And true love doesn't mean pain and suffering for years to come. It just simply doesn't. Love means unconditional love. And that is why I always say, I don't need anything from a partner anymore. I think it's beautiful to have a partner, to experience this world with, to have a beautiful family, to simply have somebody to share this life with, because why wouldn't we have that? But I don't need a person to bring me anything, because I can bring everything for myself, because I am now learning to love myself unconditionally. So with everything, it is a practice. We need to practice loving ourselves unconditionally. That is the only way we will ever understand what that is. And then we can give unconditional love to our children. We can give unconditional love to absolutely anyone. And when I look at the relationships in my life now, I can give them unconditional love because I am learning what it actually means. I don't need anything from my friends. I don't need anything from my parents, because I know it has to come from within. And that is unconditional love. That is learning how to love unconditionally. And I still struggle to love myself unconditionally from time to time based on my old programming. But the more I let go of it, the more I learn to love myself unconditionally. And eventually that will be my new normal. That will be the new norm. For example, recently I wanted to get a facial. I wanted to get microneedling done. But then I thought I could just love myself for exactly who I am. It's cheaper and it has exactly the same effect. So I decided to cancel the appointment and to love myself. And it's a journey. We need to be gentle with ourselves and remind ourselves that we have been programmed not to love ourselves for so many years, and it just takes some time to let go of that programming. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. I feel like that is all I have to say for today. Please let me know in the comments what your experiences are. I would love to have a conversation with you. I'm sending all of you so much love, and I will talk to you in my next video.